New SCP SL patch notes just dropped, and SCP-207 alongside the 079 got nerfed pretty damn hard, while the SCP-1853 got reworked and buffed. What the hell is Northwood cooking? Well, that's probably what goes through the average person's mind when they see these patch notes, but don't worry, as today we'll go over them and explain all of the most important changes. So let's get right into it. The first thing on the list is the SCP-1853 rework. Before these changelogs, the SCP items effect will stack upon using multiple of them, but now they work based on a new system called the danger level. However, before we go over it, let's take a second to see what the default buffs of this item are. First of all, we got a 50% increase in picking up items, which is 10% less than before. Besides that, you get a 20% decrease in weapon inaccuracy, as well as a reduction in weapon recoil and ADS enter/exit time. And on top of all of that, you get a 20% speed increase in consuming medical items, grenades and candies. That's a lot of useful 20%, but let's see how this changes with the danger mechanic. This danger mechanic has 5 levels which increase/decrease based on the danger of your environment. The danger of your environment is measured by many things, such as encountering SCPs, being under cardiac arrest, or being an active target of SCP-096. As your danger levels go up for each one, they increase the stats of every default buff you get from this item by 50%, which means at danger level 2, instead of having a 20% decrease in recoil, you'll have a 40% decrease in recoil. However, this doesn't apply to every buff, as it will be overpowered. It doesn't increase the base 50% item pickup speed, since, well, the items will literally just manifest into your inventory within milliseconds at 100% increase. The ADS enter/exit time and the item consumption buffs cap at a maximum of 40%, since if they didn't at 100% increase, you could literally instantly consume healing items just like in old SCP SL, which obviously wouldn't be balanced. Another neat buff of this item is that you no longer suffer stamina and movement debuffs when holding heavy items such as machine guns or when wearing heavy armor, which means you can finally run around freely with your 10,000 kilo arsenal. I personally really like this rework, as SCP-1853 was generally the least used SCP item because, well, it kind of sucked, but now you're able to go full sicko mode if threatened. I'm curious how this change will do in the chaotic gameplay loop of SCP SL, but anyways, let's move on to the next changes. SCP-049's health has been increased by 400 HP, which will help him hopefully not get destroyed by literally any person with a gun. But the most important change 049 has received is the 0.4 meter per second movement speed increase when using Good Sense of Doctor, which means that he is now slightly faster than a sprinting human when using the ability, which will make him a much bigger threat for anyone in the facility, as escaping him is significantly harder. His human shield gain upon reviving a human, which was targeted by his Good Sense of Doctor ability, has been increased from 100 to 200, which doesn't really matter that much, but is a nice buff either way. On top of all of that, his Doctor's Call ability radius was increased to 10 meters from 7.5, which means zombies will be able to locate and heal from 049 much more easily. Additionally, their max health debuff after being resurrected as a zombie has been increased to 25%. Targets of SCP-049's Good Sense of Doctor ability now retain higher HP with the debuff added on, resulting in 450 HP after a resurrection. SCP-106's health has been increased by 300 HP and his initial hit damage was increased by 10. This is a really solid buff for 106, since in my opinion he was kind of underwhelming and dependent on his team too much. Besides this, your stamina will now drain at a 2.5% rate for the duration of the corrosion status effect. You also can no longer cure the traumatized status effect with SCP-500, which means you no longer have a second chance after escaping his pocket dimension, and the next time he touches you, you will be insta-killed. And now it's time we take a look at the most nerfed SCP in these changelogs, which is SCP-079. Seems like North should finally listen to their community, cause holy hell, this guy has been violated. His Zorlocking ability is now unlocked at tier 3 instead of tier 1, which means he can no longer lock everybody in with 173 and seal their fate at the start of the game. His Blackout's ability AP cost has been increased and now lasts 5 seconds shorter. His Lockdown ability is now unlocked at tier 4 instead of 3, and he can no longer generate AP when the ability is active unless he is at tier 5. At tier 5, his AP regenerates at half the rate. The duration of the lockdown has also been decreased to 7 seconds from 13. His XP gain has also been nerfed, since he gains less XP from every human kill, assist and witness action. And on top of all of that, his AP regeneration was generally reduced at tier 4 and 5. But hold on, before I talk about the most important change of this update, make sure to subscribe in order to not miss out on any future detailed patch notes explanations that will come. Anyways, let's continue. Now it's time for the elephant in the room, SCP-207, aka the Cola, which has been reworked. SCP-207 can no longer stack 4 times, but instead only 3 times now. The increased running speed of each Cola stack have all been reduced by around 1.5 meters, whilst the damage you receive from sprinting was doubled. This change will most certainly kick SCP-207 from the SCP SL meta, as the maximum speed of 3 stacks can compare compared to what you used to have with 4 stacks. Not to mention the 5 HP per second cost is gonna be basically impossible for anyone to maintain unless medkits are falling from the sky everywhere. I'm not the biggest fan of this brutal change to the item, but at least it will finally give SCPs a chance against tryhards who are on cola 24/7. Now these were the most major changes, but there's still a few more it's worth talking about. SCP-914's upgrade paths have been changed like shown in the picture. SCP-173's HP was increased, but his breaking speed's ability now has a 40-second cooldown at the start of the game. This prevents him from speedrunning, light containment and killing everybody. FRMG's recoil pattern has been changed and a lot of bugs were fixed, alongside many nerd plugin developer patch notes I can't bother reading, but I will put them on the screen so you can read it if you're interested. Anyways, this will be it for today's yapping session. I do hope I managed to cover everything this update has brought within a short duration, whilst making sure you guys aren't staring at blank SCP SL gameplay. Make sure to subscribe in order to not miss out on any future gamer videos. Have a great day and I'll see you next time.